2727. Now, I want to talk to you guys because I just wanted to get this off. It's off my chest, just get it out. Now, lately, everything that you've been seeing on social media has pretty much been either dealing with the flag, gay rights, and racism. That's pretty much what you've been seeing. You see consistent videos of people or pictures. I've seen a guy get out of the car, kind of run after, and just rip the flag off of the truck, the Confederate flag. People are wearing it, and it's getting to people. Right now, we're living in a negativity era, like I said. If you look at social media, if you look at what's going on, it's a bunch of just racism, negativity, hatred, and further and further we go down this line, the less and less unity that we have. Now, I wanted to talk mainly about racism because that's one thing I just have something to say about that. Now, I've always said, if you ever ask me what I think racism is, I think racism is an idea of stupidity which is transferred to other people, and people are technically brainwashed into believing such a thing. Racism does not exist. It's not real. But people kind of make this idea real. Like me as an animator, I'm an artist. I see things in my head. I can picture this face and I can draw it on a piece of paper and you can see something that I saw in my head. I can share my thoughts and my visions with you. I can see this cartoon, action, fighting, or drama, comedy, and I can create that in a series of pictures, create an animation, create a cartoon, and you can now watch a movie or a cartoon or a video of what was in my mind. I can share my thoughts with you, therefore creating something that is kind of real, which kind of creates into a reality. Batman, Superman, they're not real, but we all know who Batman and Superman are. We kind of take this idea of this comic book character, and we share that. So now people see this character. There's roles that are being played, they're voice acting roles, and we're kind of creating this thing that is becoming alive. Kids, they're impressionable at a certain extent, especially at a certain age. Everybody's impressionable to a certain extent. You see the superhero, you see Clark, you see Superman, and he has these powers, and he's fighting crime, and he's trying to save the world. Batman doing whatever he can as a human being to try to save Gotham City. And you look up to that. You see that, and you want to be that. As a kid, you want to be this superhero at one point. That's what you want to do. You tie the towel around your neck, and you run around, and you're a superhero at that point because that's what you want to be. So Batman and Superman aren't real, but yet we kind of make them real. Racism is not real, so you make it real. Without that idea being implanted in others' heads, racism does not exist. The best example are children. Children at a young age, you'll always see interracial friends, and they'll be the best of buds, because at that point, that child does not know of racism. He doesn't know of that. If that person is his friend, it's because of who he is as a person, his personality. Do we make each other laugh? Can we hang out? Are we compatible people? I don't care what your race is. I don't know nothing of race at this point. I just know who you are, the actions that you do, how you speak to people, how you treat people. You as a person. That's why we're friends. That's what kids do. So if you look at kids, they don't see racism. And it absolutely makes me sick when people belittle children. Children aren't dumb. They're just learning. All they're doing is learning. The younger you are, you're pretty much absorbing most of that information. Even when you're a young adult like me, I'm 25 years old. At this age, you're probably just trying to figure out life. Everything you're doing, you're just taking in knowledge. People of that generation, of older generation, people who are like around 50, 60, they kind of have that mentality to belittle anybody who's younger than them. Don't talk to me like that. I'm grown. I'm twice your age. Blah, blah, blah. That's belittling people and putting people down because they're technically older. But yet we're at an age where we're so knowledgeable. We're just gaining everything. Yes, we make mistakes, but even those people at those ages still make mistakes, regardless of the fact that they're older. They still make mistakes. They're still learning. We're all still learning. There's no reason to belittle anybody. Now let's talk about the racism. You have a thing like the cops. I've dealt with cops face to face. whether I was in a car being pulled over, whether I was just walking somewhere and they said, hey, you can't go nowhere, or when I was walking past the hospital and the psychiatric ward, somebody went in there and started shooting people that, shot at the receptionist and killed her. There was a cop with a machine gun. Say, hey, you can't go that way. Okay. Can I go this way? Sure. What would happen? I can't tell you that. Okay. Fine. So I can go this way and this way, that way? Yeah. Alright. Bye. That's it. Oh, why can't I go this way? Who do you think you're talking to? I live down the street. Why can't I go this way? Blah, 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 blah. And this is what creates the problem. So now look at the race. People always say, oh, it's because he's black, or oh, because he's this race, that race. What did he do? How was his attitude toward the cop? In some aspects, oh, did he wrestle for a gun? If the cop is a cop and you're wrestling him for his gun and somebody's trying to take his gun, what do you think is going to happen when he gets the gun? Is the cop wrong for defending himself because somebody tried to wrestle him down for a gun? Was the person's behavior something that should have been pursued? Was the guy acting suspicious? Was the guy going all, hyper defensive because the cop was after him? Why can't you ever just relax? I don't do anything. Every time I see a cop, okay, well, what's up? You just kind of talk to him. Oh, you need my ID? Here you go. What are you doing? Where are you going? This way, that way. Can I search you? Whatever. I don't care if cops search me because I don't have anything. I don't do stuff. Oh, there's some pencils in there. I'm an artist, so I usually have pencils in my pocket, but I have all the points up because I don't want people digging in my pocket. I know they're there. I know how to angle my hand and get in my pocket, but you don't. Are there any sharp things in your pocket? Yeah, so I'll tell them that. So, a lot of things people just throw race. Now, as me, as a black person, as what somebody would label me because my skin is brown, and obviously I'm an African American is what I'm considered. Now, Raven Simone, she posted up she was not posted up a video, but I believe she was on Oprah. She said that she's just an American, and there's many people who are upset about that because they're giving her negativity towards it because she's thinking differently. And once people think outside the box and they think differently, people immediately shut that down. Was she born in America? She said that she traced back her roots and everybody was in America, so she's considered an American. Why not? Why can't I be an American? I'm also white. I'm also a little bit Asian. I'm also a little bit Hispanic. And I'm also black. Black may be the bulk of it, but it's not necessarily fair to label me as an African American rather than just an American because I'm mixed. I'm multiple races. I'm not just one race. There's even more stuff that I'm mixed with. I'm just a person who is mixed. My family is just mixed. We're all mixed. I may be considered African American, but it's not technically fair to label me as just that because I am mixed with so many different races. I'm not just one race. Even if you go to Africa, will an African person from Africa consider me to be African? Or would I just be a guy from America, aka an American? So by me removing the label African American, that just makes me an American because what that means, like what Raven's getting at, is that she wants to be labeled by the person who she is rather than race. By identifying race, I'm just a black guy, you're just a white guy. No, you're not just a young man with this description or that description, you're just black or you're just white. You're introducing that idea of racism. You're keeping it alive by acknowledging it and consistently putting it in your life. Are you treating me like this because I'm black? Is that the case, or are you just being an asshole? What is the point of keep putting it in there? Putting that race back in there. Keep consistently bringing that into conversation. Morgan Freeman was saying he doesn't want a Black History Month. When's White History Month? Isn't it every month? Isn't it always just there? Why do we only get 1 month? Why is it just only celebrated within that month? He doesn't want a Black History Month. People don't want racism. Stop giving it life. You're giving it life by acknowledging it. You can't just ignore racism. You kind of can. It's not real. I've received death threats by my neighbor for being black. Even on YouTube, I've been called the N-word for this or that and given racism towards me. It does not faze me. I don't care because racism is not real. It's an idea of stupidity that is brainwashed into your head and you are giving that out. And once you're lashing that out, that shows the level of stupidity within you because you're being racist towards somebody of the color of their skin or ethnicity, whatever they are. You're giving them negativity towards that because you're brainwashed and you're just kind of following the crowd, which is decreasing your sense of individuality. So what is the point to get offended? It's just words. You can call me a nigger. I got called a peanut butter colored nigger. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. Why? Because it's not real. It's just a word. You're trying to offend me because of words. Sticks sticks and stones would break my bones, but words would never hurt me. It carries substance even to this age. That's not gonna bother me. It's just typing over the internet. It's supposed to make me cry? It's racism. By feeding into that, you keep the racism alive. Oh, you stupid, filthy nigger, I should kill you, you black son of a bitch. I've got threats by an old lady who lived next door to me to kill me at like the age of 10. Just let it go. I didn't jump over the gate and beat her and attack her. Just let it go. Just walked back in the house, turned on a Sega Genesis, and played some Sonic the Hedgehog, and continued my day. If you give it life, it will consistently stay alive. It will breathe and it will hunt you down and stay after you. I believe it was Tyra Banks, the little girl who did not want the black Barbie doll because of the perception of beauty which was implanted in her mind by her parent, and basically the nappy hair was not considered beautiful, and only the perception of white hair was beautiful because that's what was implanted in her head. And you'll see other kids, they'll play with any Barbie doll, they'll play with any action figure regardless of the race, because they don't know about that. There's children who will play with all the kids on the block no matter what nationality, ethnicity they are. It's just all because of who they are. Can they get along with these people? So as we get older, this racism is just implanted in our heads, and now you gotta kind of just adapt to that because of the culture. Well, you're wrong. Racism does not exist. We're all just people. Think about this. Now, this is a hard concept to grasp, but think about this. If we lived in a world where there was no violence, all peace, inner peace, if we were all just peaceful, this represents peace as well. If we all just lived in a world where we could actually just be blessed and grateful for the Creator, whether what religion you live or have, just that whatever entity, whatever being, spirit, whatever you believe in that gave us life, if we all just appreciated that, we were all humble. You hungry? I'll help you hunt. I will make sure we hunt together and we both get food. If you're thirsty, let's go together, let's find the water, and let's drink together. Are you hurt? Let me help you. Let's bandage you up and make sure you're fine. That person helped me out. That young man over there helped me out. That guy with the tattoos, the mustache, that guy helped me out. That's how it is. Let's think about that. Would it be this black person, this white person, this Asian person, or would it just be that person? If we lived in a life as to where that never existed, you wouldn't be considered a black person or a white person. You would just be considered a person. So the fact that we all label this, we keep that racism alive. What's the difference between a dog, a German Shepherd, Rottweiler, Pit Bull, Shih Tzu, Doberman, Dalmatian? Do we treat them any differently? They're all just dogs. Domesticated, we all treat them the same. So what's the difference with people? We're all just people living on planet Earth, trying to survive. But yet we have this whole intricate system of stupidity, and we're all just kind of trapped within the nonsense and don't realize that there pretty much is no out until we can all get it together.